Welcome back to Hammer's Family Homestead. Today we are actually just got back in from Lowe's. We stopped here to pick up some materials for our project today. We are going to be working on making some self-wicking tubs for our tomato and pepper plants. So we actually saw this idea from a couple different YouTube videos or YouTube channels that we watched. So we wanted to go ahead and give it a try because they seem like they're a lot easier than having to go out and water every day. So yeah, that's what we're up to.
So today we're going to be making self-wicking garden tubs for our vegetable garden this year. The materials you'll need is 4 to 6 inch corrugated pipe, molasses barrels, and or just any Rubbermaid tub you can find. We're going to do 6. One's for just a mixing tub. Potting mix, because potting soil is too dense and it compacts up, and potting mix will wick up the moisture better from the water reservoir. Some just cow manure to mix in. The peat moss is for another plant because the potting mix already has peat moss in it. Garden lime, Epsom salt, and some tomato vegetable plant food. Piece of 1-inch PVC pipe. I'll show you what that's for in a little bit. And then landscape fabric. The higher level landscape fabric you get, or the better stuff you buy, it's just how long it will last, because I don't want to be redoing this in a year. So with that being said, I'm going to take you guys along today on how to build these self-wicking tubs so you can water once a week instead of every day. So I'm going to show you guys how we basically put these self-wicking tubs together. First, you cut your corrugated pipe. I mean, it's going to be all different lengths depending on what size tubs you have. But you basically cut the fabric, the landscape fabric. We started with a 12 by 12 square, and then you fit it over the end and use zip ties because you don't want dirt going in there, because that's where your water is going to be. You cut your PVC pipe to basically fit just over the top edge of the bucket. You don't cut it flat, because if you cut it flat it would plug off the water from when you fill it. So basically you also drill a drain hole in the side of the tub. So our corrugated pipe's 4-inch. You want to drill that at about 3.5 inch, so there's an air gap between the top of the water and the bottom of the soil. But you want your corrugated pipe to fit in there where there's a little bit of a gap right here, so your PVC can go down in, and that's how you fill the bottom of the tub with water. You want it straight across from your drain hole. Your short piece of corrugated pipe with the covers to keep the dirt out, put in the center, and that just makes another water reservoir. And then basically you fill it with dirt. Once you put your dirt or your potting mix in here, the dirt will fill down in between here, and that's what's going to wick the water up from the bottom and basically water your plants for you. With the corrugated pipe in here is where all the water is going to be, in this one and this one. So that's the main components of our self-wicking tubs. Basically now all we have to do is mix our potting mix and our lime and our manure together and fill this tub up, and it'll be done.
So the most important part about these tubs is that you feed your plants before you put them in there. So today we have a potting mix that already has fertilizer in it. So what we're gonna do is add lime, some tomato and plant food, and then also some Epsom salt. So first I'm gonna go ahead and start with the lime, which we're only gonna use 1/8 cup of this. And just sprinkle it in here. And then next, we're gonna go ahead and use some Epsom salt, which is also 1/8 of a cup. Sprinkle that around. And then lastly, we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of this tomato and vegetable food. So it's kind of like a multi-purpose, because we have tomatoes to plant, peppers, and I think we have an okra too. So get all that in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and stir it up. And make sure that all those minerals and the plant food are right on that top layer so that the plants will be able, so that the plants will be able to soak up all that nutrients when we put them in here. So the best part is finally getting to plant our plants in these beautiful pots that we just made. So the first one that we have is a cherry tomato. So I'm gonna go ahead and break the roots up just a little bit. And we have a lot of wind out here, so I'm gonna try and get them down low. So that way they can root deep and hopefully they'll withstand the winds, because I just feel like we get a lot of wind out here. Right. So this one is an okra. And we actually got this by accident, but we're gonna see how it goes. I was looking at a cucumber right next to it and I grabbed the okra and I was not paying attention. So we're gonna be growing okra this year. And this is another tomato. So we have 3 different kinds of tomatoes this year. This one's called a Heat Master. And I've actually never tried this specific kind. So our goal is to have enough tomatoes and enough peppers so that we can make and can our own salsa. That's our goal. So this one is a green bell pepper. This one's already really wet, so we probably don't need to water it. Our next tomato is called a big boy. So this one that I just took out is a jalapeno plant, and again we're going for hopefully making our own salsa with our tomatoes and peppers this year. So you can see that that's coming out right there. The water's coming out that side hole, so that means it's full.
Mama, where's that?
Dada's watering the plants. Well, there you have it, self-wicking tubs. We were able to make 6 of them this weekend, and Kyle is filling them up through the little PVC pipes, so they're gonna hold water at the bottom in that little water reservoir that we created, and the roots are gonna self-wick and basically water themselves. So hopefully, I'm not great at knowing what is too much water and what's not enough. So hopefully that'll take the guessing game out of watering, for me at least, and hopefully we'll be able to update you guys in a couple weeks and let you know how our plants are doing. That's all we have for this weekend. This was our big project, and hopefully you guys are having a great weekend too, and we'll see you on the next video.